Whoo-wee, what's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So, you're going to hear some more of that damn hot tub. I don't know what's going on with it, but sorry, I can't do nothing about it. So, I got a few things to go over today. One being this sweet little bastard right here. I'm pretty stoked about this one. It's another one that I bought, sat in the package for a while, and I really want to carry it. So, I have to get it done because I can't carry one without reviewing it first, because then I can't give you guys a review of an untouched edge. So that's what we're gonna do. But man, there's a couple things. Mr. Paul Myers, he called me up yesterday, and he's talking to me about his rattlesnake buoy that he put up on video. And Paul Myers asked me a simple question. He's like, "You want to have some fun?" And I'm like, "Say what?" So Paul is going to send me the rattlesnake buoy, which it's handmade, it's custom made by a guy down in Texas. I'll get all into that so you guys can get the information for this, because it might be something worth looking into, to have a knife either done or pick up one of his pieces, which are sweet, right? Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, what about an American-made blade? What about American?" Okay, well, there you go. So once that comes in, I'm going to check that thing out, review it, and play with it and have some fun. And then I believe he wants to send it to the shredder for the shredders to play with. The shredders, the whole shredder family. So that's going to be cool. You guys came through on the giveaways for Woodsman Knives channel. You guys absolutely smashed it. I love you guys, man. I mean, that was freaking huge, you know. And I'm going to tell you something really cool about the Woodsman from Woodsman Knives channel. He does all his videos in English, which, if you see a lot of videos, like if you see some of the Russian guys or some of the guys from different places, they speak in their natural language, right? Because that's their natural language. It's what they know. And they reach out to their own audience. Woodsman Knives channel, English is not his first language. The guy's Scandinavian. He speaks his own language, but you'll hear him and he'll be like, and it's because he's not stupid. No, the guy's really smart. What he's doing is he's speaking our language so we can enjoy his stuff. You know what I mean? He's basically setting up this knife channel to go over these knives to show us if these knives are worth it or not. You know what I mean? He's saying, "Listen, man, the biggest knife community is right over there, right across the pond." He goes, "Let me reach out to these guys." And he's doing it in English. And I mean, it's hard enough to learn a second language, but when you are taking the time to make a video channel in another country and you're doing it based on the language that's mainly spoken in other countries, I mean, that's pretty cool, man. The guy, I mean, talk about above and beyond. And speaking of above and beyond, I love the guy. If you haven't seen his thank you video where he's thanking the knife community for everything that just happened, get over there. And not just to see him say thank you, because as heartfelt as it was and as real as this guy is, he's doing something that so far he's the only one to do. He's giving away a John J Tribute, a dbad John J Tribute made by the Kukri House. He's giving away one of those. So you need to get to his video, his thank you video, and this is where the free knife is, and go check it out, watch what he has to say, because he's making it very easy to win a dbad John J Tribute freaking buoy, the ultimate Rambo tribute, right? So I think that's pretty balls to the wall. This guy's giving away a serious blade. So yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, and he's so real that he's asking you in his video that when he does, because he ordered a Rambo Mission 3, a dbad Mission 3, he ordered one of those from the Kukri House, so when it comes in, he wants to review it. And he says on that video, he says, when I review that, he goes, "What I want you guys to do is comment on my channel with constructive criticism." What? The guy's telling you, say, "Hey, let me know what I'm doing wrong." He wants to be better so bad that he's willing to listen to people randomly who were just saying, look, if you want to be better, do this, do that, do it this way. It takes a lot of balls. It does. It takes a lot of balls to tell, a few hundred people, hey, I don't feel like I'm good enough. You tell me why. I mean, are you kidding? So I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked about his growth. I think it's all because of you guys, honestly, and because of him. I mean, if his content sucked, it just wouldn't be worth going to. And you guys, when we say stuff like, hey, why don't you go sub to this guy, you'd be like, why? This guy's worth subbing to. He's good. He's good, and he's putting out real knives, like good knives, and that's always another good thing. So let's get into this right here. Now that I've gone on long enough, this is the Pilar, the Pilar by CRKT. It's the large with the G10 handle, and the stats are all in the back, which makes this completely easy for me. The length is the blade length is 2.669 inches. It's got a plain edge. It's 8CR14 MOV. It is a satin finish with a thickness of 3.7 millimeters, which I like. Closed, it is 3.998, so 4 inches closed. Open, it is 6.688. So almost 6 3/4. It is a 4-ounce weight G10 handle with black stainless steel somewhere in there. And let's see, folding knife with frame lock. That's it. Okay, so there's all your specs. That's what it says on there. So I have to believe them, right? This thing is pretty sweet, man. If you like either sheep's foot or cleaver style blades, this one's more sheep's foot. This thing is right up your alley. Now it's a lot bigger than it looks in my hands, obviously. You know what I mean? This from there to there is what, 10 1/4, 10 3/4, somewhere in there. It's almost, I mean, my hand is between 10 and 11 inches wide. So when I hold things, they look meanie beanie, but it's actually a really, really well-sized knife, and the grip points on it are great. Here, my hand is completely off it. Of course, my hands are big, but my pinky rests right here on the edge of this, and I can squeeze it on there. But then when I hold it up into the choil, you see where that handle is? It's a full grip. So when you're talking about tight work, especially if somebody like Captain Electro is making you guys do some really cool carving videos, he's challenging you. You want a knife that you could choke up on and carve with. This kind of knife right here is really good. I believe you can get these at Walmart too. It is a one-sided G10 scale, which, just like my Essia Vespa, I love because it makes it thinner, and it just, when you have a pocket clip especially, that side really doesn't matter. That what matters is that you get some kind of grip, and 1/2 of this adds really good grip. I always like what they do in here. They cut this out to make the lock easier to use by taking away some of this material, and the way they do it is really nice. The pocket clip itself is tip up, tip down, so you can do it any way you want. Obviously, it comes tip down. The way it sits, which is the way I carry it, so that's good for me. It's a flipper, it's fast, it's thick, it's awesome. So out of the box, I'm really digging this knife. I'm really digging it. The reason I got it, instead of Walmart, you know where I think I might have got this was Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops, one of those. That's where I got it. I remember I did a video. I was out and about, and there happened to be a Cabela's there, and I was bored, so I went and bought 3 knives. This is one of the 3. This thing is really, really sweet. Even though it has a flipper, it still has a thumb opening, a thumb notch, which works perfectly fine. It's built really, really well. It does have an aluminum frame wedge right here. Everything about this is really sweet, man. It's just the grinds. You can see that where that bevel is and how it's cut in. It's just really nice. And it's hard to describe. When you put it in your hand, you go, wow, that's really nice. Looking at it, you go, it's just another knife. But it really is. It's nice. The G10 is good. It's not that, you know how some G10 gives you that really plasticky feel? This one doesn't. This one feels like G10 is supposed to feel. Supposed to, not supposed to, supposed to. Because I'm a real man. It does have a lanyard hole. It's held on with little hex screws, and it does have a tensioner right here. So everything about this is right, and it's a good size to where no matter what country you're in, you're going to have a good legal blade size. So this can be carried almost anywhere. Almost anywhere. So let's test the, man, you know, I do so many videos. It's taking a long time for my hair to grow back. Let's see, I'll twist my arm, and wow. Wow, 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 wow. Ooh, I just lost some, and I still have a massive amount. Now, I was playing billiards on my phone. Look at all that, man. And so I just got done eating tacos. Have a Mexican place right there. I was eating some tacos, and then I was playing billiards, and my hands must have been a little greasy because all I could see on my phone is streaks. So if you can't see what I'm showing you, I have no idea because I can't see a damn thing. But hee-ha. Let's get into some cutting with it. This thing is sharp, man. CRKT, every blade I get from them, it has come out of the box sharp. Just, I mean, straight out right away, done. I can't believe he's giving away, for his first knife giveaway, is a dbad John J Tribute. His first knife giveaway. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Woodsman Knives channel. The Scandinavian Prince. The Scandinavian dbad. All right, so I got these thick stalks right here. I'd like to take some of them down. So let's take some of them down. Woo-wee. Man. Now, this is all soft stuff. But you can see, I mean, it's thick all the way through. And this knife, it just cruises. What is this, like a milkweed or something? I don't even know. But you can see how thick it is, right? I mean, it's thick stuff. Look at that, right-handed. I can even do it. Look at that. It's just nice. So I know that's the easy stuff, but I needed to cut it. And I was walking past it, so I figured, why not? Let's go to the stump. Let's go to the stump and do it together, because that's the kind of family we are. All right, so it's time to, you notice the lawn is no longer a jungle. Got a new machine. I'm going to mow again today. Got a new machine. I'm happy. It's a good craftsman. All right, so let's have some fun, man. Look at all the juices. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it. All the juices from that stuff, man. Whoo-wee. Let's do a little push cut here. And that was probably one of the easiest push cuts I ever did. Normally, I have to throw some power into it and really dig down. This knife did all the work. That was nice. So if you need a cutter, this thing is a cutter. All right, so let's try some 4-foot drops. Being small, dropping 4 feet through the air, we're really going to see how the balance on this knife is. Woo-wee. It's so light that even though it hit the tip, it didn't stick in. And you see what's happening is the weight is pulling in the rear. And so when I'm hitting the tip, I'm hitting the back side of the tip, not the front side of the tip. So it's falling this way. So as it hits, it's just rolling. So you can really see where the balance connection is on this knife. That one I actually held like this. Oh, I'm out of frame. I held like this when I dropped it, and it spun itself. So holding it straight, you can see the weight is going to be rear heavy along the spine, not front heavy in the spine. So that's really cool. You can really see where the weight distribution is. So you think about a knife and you think about weight this way. People say, oh, okay, let's test the weight. And they go like that. But you have to remember that weight also changes from this direction to this direction. On this knife, the weight is all right here. What happens to be there? Right there, your spine filler. So that weight will pull. So that's good because it doesn't get in the way of anything because the weight is here. So when you're moving your knife and you're using your knife, the weight is actually fitting into your hand. So it's actually really well done as far as that's concerned. Let's do a couple hard downward throws. We'll see if anything loosens, and we'll see if the scale pops off, which I shouldn't happen. Oh, man, did you hear that thud? Now, wow, I hit it so hard it closed. And I was just about to talk about how hard. Now, remember, all folding knives have moving mechanisms. Does that mean that the lock is bad? No, the lock is good. But when you hit something so hard, that it makes a quick vibration. That's all it took. That quick vibration, and it closed. But I hit it really freaking hard, and it hit at an angle. And because it hit at an angle, this right here just went like that. That's it. So is that a bad lock? No, the lock is really good. It's not going anywhere. It is tight. It is right. But the when I do the hard downward throws, it's kind of almost difficult to see that the throw is actually pretty hard. I'm chucking this thing into the wood, but because it's such a short distance, when it leaves my hand to the stump, it's kind of like, it's misleading. It's like a George Foreman punch. George Foreman looked like he punched like this, but his punches were hitting with like 100 pounds of pressure every time, which is insane. The guy, is really weird how it works, but I found out that it's the same way with this. I could throw a knife, and I'll throw it a lot harder than, see how stuck that was? I'll throw it a lot harder than it looks like. I mean, you see how far it's burying in there. I'm just right here, but I'm giving it a quick flick. Look at this, I'm pulling. Man, that's how hard it was in there. I had to yank it. And so while it looks slow, it's actually, I'm really hurling it to see if we can get some kind of loosening or some kind of anything that shouldn't be happening. And this knife had none of that. All right, so we're gonna do some batoning. Obviously, it's a folder, so if it closes, that's part of the game. That's natural. But when I baton with a folder, what I like to do is I like to hold up on the handle as I go down on the shot. All right, so let's try that. So every now and then I will hit it, and it'll want to close because, you know, A, I'm grabbing the lock, but B, it's not made for this. But you have to know, if you're in a situation where you're stuck and this is the only knife you have, is it going to be able to get the job done? Am I going to be able to process wood if I'm stuck somewhere, you know? And think about it, a couple out in they may have been in California, between California and Arizona and Nevada, out in the desert. A couple got stuck out there. I think their car broke down. They went for a hike, or they hiked, and somebody found their car. But there was a couple. The guy ended up dying, and the woman survived. And they went out there not thinking that they were going to get stuck. They went out there thinking they were going for a hike, and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. Something bad happened, and they got stuck. And this is why I say all the time, you know what I mean? Even when you go for a hike, always have a knife. It would be good to carry a knife with a ferro rod, no matter where you go if you're going for a hike, because that just in case moment can happen anytime, just in case, right? So be smart about that. You know, people think, oh, I'm only going there, I've been there 100 times, blah, blah, blah. You never know. You never know. All right, let's do a little downward chop to give us a point. And I have to say, this is where the tactful, the tackiness of the G10 and this stuff right here, especially for me being a lefty, my thumb in there is giving me a hell of a grip. That's where that all comes. Just as I say that, the blade, actually, because it's so sharp, got stuck in the wood, so I went to come back up, and that's where I lost it. See, did you see the wood jump? That was good timing. Idiot. All right, so here we go. We'll keep on keeping on. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking up all this wood, and you can see, you're like, oh, it didn't come off yet. Well, it is, but I'm breaking it up, and now, once it's to a certain point, it just all starts to feather off. So now I have that. Watch this. Bam. I just knocking off those little feathers, and look at that. I'm already at a tip. I'm already at a tip. Boom. So if you're making tent spikes and pit spikes and fishing spears and arrows and boar spears or bear spears or anything like that, pit spikes are the best. This knife will definitely help you out. There we go. There we go. It's too short for real chopping. All right, so let's see. Let us see. Look at this. Edge geometry, great job. Edge profile, great job. Edge sharpness, great job. Those are the long, long ones. Let's do some pulls and see what we can get here. 1, Oh yeah, look how thin these are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so nice. So this knife is just fantastic. Let's do a little let's do some pulls. Let's do some pulls. See if we can't get a little shredding action. Of course we can. Of course we can. Of course we can. So this thing's cool. This thing's cool. This is going to be in my pocket today. I had my tribal lock in my pocket yesterday with my Combat Trudon, and I had my Essie Avispa. Oh, by the way, Essie Avispa, Paul Myers. I know if you're watching this, you should be watching this because you're a bro. Watch out in your mail because there is an Essie Avispa coming for you. I talked to my guy. He didn't have one, so I went to eBay and I found one, and it's coming to you. You're welcome. So this is what's riding in my pocket today anyway, is these two. I'm really happy to be carrying this one because I really like the cutting abilities of it. I really like the shape. I like the feel. I like the style. Everything about this knife is just really, really nice. And it's comfortable in the hand. And you can even throw it 2 feet. All right, so that's it for that. Guys, go over to Woodsman Knives channel and look at his new video. He's saying thank you, but more importantly for you, because this video that he did is literally for you. Go and watch the rules, which are very simple, on how to win your very own hand-forged dbad John J Tribute Bowie, which, guys, is awesome. And he's giving one away already. This dude is serious, man. He wants to be a contender. Let's get him there. Let's get him there. All right, so that's it for me. I was about to go throw away this package and I realized trash barrel's all the way down there pretty far. So speaking of the hike, good thing I have a knife with me. I'm about to go for one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.